My guest has made a name for herself across the Caribbean as someone who's a top leader, mentor, coach, and trainer. She takes pleasure in helping her clients achieve not only their personal goals, but more importantly, their financial goals. Let's welcome Judy McCutcheon to share her story. Good morning and welcome to Sunrise.
Good morning, Angelique, and thank you so much for having me
We're
this
very,
morning.
we're very happy to have you, and we're very pleased to include you in our Her Rise segment, where we feature women with stories and women of inspiration and impact, highlighting Women's Month. So I want you to tell me a little bit about what you're doing now. When you think about the life that you've established, how would you define your impact work now?
Currently, I am the CEO of Go Blue Consulting, and it's a management consulting firm that I founded in 2016 with someone else. And what we do is that we work with companies and we do a lot of HR work and HR strategy work with companies. I am also a John Maxwell certified coach, and so I work with women to help them to one, if they're on their personal, whatever personal goals they may have, they may want to achieve, but also to help them in their leadership positions. Because one of the things I am focused on is helping Caribbean women. Because Caribbean women, they are my that's my audience. It's helping them to really become better leaders so that they can in turn influence the next generation of female leaders.
Listen, you said John Maxwell and Jamaicans would say my skin catch a fire because isn't it interesting, Judy, that so much of our success is about leading our own life, but nobody taught us leadership, in that way. What is, if you could say one of, taking even from Maxwell or any of the other leadership experts, what is that single, or maybe it's two or three, important nuggets or important principles of self-leadership that you believe is important for women especially to apply aggressively to their life? For me, I'm going to share mine because I'm a Maxwell student myself. I think the law of process is remarkable because it asks us to not think so much about that end result, but perfect the routine and the habit that will bring us there. And that's really where a lot of us fall short. For you, what do you think it would be? Or what are two or three nuggets that are critical for women?
For me, the one is knowing who you are
Oh,
as
yeah.
a person.
Yes.
That is really important because if you don't know who you are unable to lead you. And if you are unable to lead you, then you are unable to lead others. And
Yes.
next thing is I couldn't lead well until I had kids. I'm telling you, kids, they are a game changer with your leadership. If you really allow them to be who they are, they really help you to be so much better. So a lot of times we think that we can't learn from kids, but kids teach us so much. And my kids taught me a lot about who I am so that I could be a better leader.
Yeah.
So for me, those are really important, just knowing who you are. And as you spoke about that routine is really important. It really is important. Simple things like exercising. You are telling yourself certain things, and when you do those things and you continuously do that, and you have a process, and you are consistent, you
Yes.
do impact others. You really do, because people look at you and they see your progress and they want, okay, she's doing this, I can as well.
Yes, yes, I couldn't agree more. You are outside of leading women and helping women as we introduced, to accomplish their personal goals and going into companies as well for optimization in that space. You talk about, or your work speaks to finance, and that there is a psychology and a specific kind of thinking about proper financial management. Tell us a little bit about that, and again, especially in relation to the women that you help.
All right. So, finance personal finance is a passion. It really is just a passion of mine. I am a certified financial instructor, but it's really just a passion because um, from me and my money wounds and the money trauma I had, I know that I wasn't the only one experiencing this. So I thought, let me really start doing things to help women. And I started writing uh, articles on finance. And that is, more and more people kept asking me to do things. And so now even companies ask me to come in and teach their staff about financial. So I have this course called Financial Wellness. But the psychology of finance is really about, it's the science of how we do what we do with our money, why we spend the way we spend, why we save or not save, what are the soft issues that affects us as it relates to finance. So our money mindset, how we grew up thinking, feeling about money, right? All of that is
Yes.
involved in the psychology of finance.
I'm so grateful for your work because, one of the things, Judy, many women, in fact, the majority of money managers around the world are really women, because most households are managed by women, even where there's a man present, and the day-to-day financial decisions are managed and executed by women. And then in households that are single parent households, they are mostly led by women, and in those households women have become exceptional at managing their money well. But somehow many of us go through life with a patriotic ideology that says women are not good with money, that somehow men are these macro and microeconomic geniuses, but the statistic says otherwise.
Otherwise, yes,
And I think
yes.
that messes with our psychology. And sometimes now you move out of that space, and in your personal life, you have this block to wealth and success because somehow, I'm not that good with money. But you've been making magic for your children for years. How do you change that? If you could, a woman is thinking the same thing, like, yeah, that's me. What are perhaps some of the first kinds of thoughts or activities that can help to change that negative money mindset to a more positive money mindset?
We have to be aware of what our money beliefs are,
Money
because
belief.
we have certain beliefs about money. Just like you said, we have been fed this
Lie.
narrative that we are not good with money, but really we are. I have seen my mother stretch money to mine 10 children, right? None of us were ever without anything.
Yes.
So we are good money managers, and the statistics also show that we are better investors. But we have been fed this narrative. We are not good with it, we are not good with it. So we internalize that narrative and we keep going with that. But we are. One of the things we have to do is do some reflections. What are the things that we think about money, right? I'll tell you, there are a lot of women who are in executive positions that make a lot of money, and at the end of the month, they have no money. Again, that is a mindset issue. It really
Wow.
is a mindset issue. It's how we think. Money come in, money go out. Money come in, money go out. And because you see, a lot of us grew up in poor households. And so money was always tight. So we would have heard things like money don't go on tree, we can't buy this, we can't buy that, you can't get this, you can't get that. And so we had all those can'ts as it relates to money. And we take that, we internalize that, and we keep going because our money mindset is formed by the time we're age 10.
Whoa,
So
whoa.
what we do is that we take that 10-year-old mindset
Yeah,
and take it
wow,
into our adulthood.
that's crazy.
And so we've got to become very aware
Yes,
of our thought around money to be
yes.
able to help us to get better with our money.
So become aware and change our money beliefs. I love that expression. What do you believe about money? I believe there was this Instagram or TikTok song that says, money comes to me easy, money comes to me fast. When money comes, it's something else, and the money lasts. And I began to say that to myself just as to change my belief, because I thought money coming to me was difficult. Money takes long to find me. When money comes, it doesn't last and it doesn't find comfort. And then I began to change my declarations about my money and says, no, when money finds me, it finds a home, it becomes comfortable, it grows and expands, and it stays with me. And I believe in your advice because I've tried it myself. If you could speak to a younger woman, though, someone who is not, even outside of finances, Judy, who, struggles with her own identity, not only her beliefs about her finances, but her own personal awareness of who she is, how would you encourage her today, especially considering your own journey and the work you now do with women?
One of the first things I'm going to say is that fear is always going to be a friend. Fear is always going to be there. One of the things that we've been taught about fear is that it's bad. Fear isn't bad. Fear, we should use fear as a fuel to move to the next step. But a lot of times, fear paralyzes us. So fear is going to be a part of your journey. Embrace it and keep going. Don't let anyone set the bar for what you can accomplish, because they will always set it very low. You set your bar and you keep going. You keep going to achieve it, because I'm telling you, once you are consistent and persistent, you are going to make it. There is no two ways about that. But you have to be consistent and you have to be persistent.
I I love that. I love that. Um, if you persist and if you're consistent, there's no two ways about it. You will get to where you want to go. If we need to reach out to you for your services, just before we wrap up, Judy, tell us where we can find you. Tell us how we can reach out to have your support in, our organizations or even in our own personal lives.
My website is goblueconsulting.com.
Yes.
And I am also on LinkedIn as Judy McCutcheon. I'm also on Facebook as Judy McCutcheon. And my IG handle is Badass Judes.
All right. Thank you so much. Judy McCutcheon, you joined us this morning for our Her Rise segment, where for the month of March here at Sunrise, we feature women of impact and inspiration. Thank you so much for joining us, Judy.